Hello everyone, welcome to Microsoft Excel Foundation course, and I'm your trainer Dr. Swati Verma Sood. I always tell people that Excel is engaging, excelling and exciting. I'm sure you all have joined this course to learn uh, more about MS Excel to be professionally productive. Whether you are a student or you are a new joinee employee or you are an old employee, we all know that data is a part of our life. Every organization has a lot of database, have every important information saved in Excel. But Excel is not only recording the data, but there are lot we can do with Excel, and that's why I say it is excelling your professional journey, excelling your career or boosting your career. Every HR will look at these qualities in a candidate who come to them for interview, and then only they tell them that yes, this candidate is corporate ready. So let's begin with Microsoft Excel foundation course and just do this exciting journey together. So what is the agenda we have for the Excel foundation course training? We are going to work on a basic that getting started with Excel. Then we'll talk about entering data and all the informations related to that. Then we'll work on formulas. We'll work on constant values and there how you will use the formulas. We'll talk about formatting worksheet. We'll talk about modifying columns and rows and editing workbooks, printing worksheets. And yes, so we are here and let's start talking about Microsoft Excel one by one. So let's begin by knowing basics of Excel. So first thing is that we should be aware of how to start Excel, right? So in your system, how to start Excel. So let's see that how we can do that. All right, so now I hope you can see my entire screen, right? So I am sharing my entire screen here and you can see the entire screen and the start button we all have in our system, right? So to start the Excel, we have to go and start over here, right? Normally in all the systems, we have a start button. So we start from here. And it of course needs to be like installed in your system, MS Office. So similarly, when you install it in the system, you will see in the quick referring list and this tab that you will be having a Excel, right? And you will also see in arrow like whatever latest files which I have made and opened in my system. So right now I am opening a new Excel. So for that, I'm not selecting any files which I have already opened. So I'm just directly clicking on this. So when I click on this, you can see that it will start opening on your system same way, right? There are some settings and all, so it asks you all those settings. Not to everyone, but in my system there is some settings, so it is asking me these questions, but normally it will open like this in this window. The Excel what I am using is Excel 2016, right? So this version you can always upload 2016 or above version to get all the latest um, updates which are there in Excel and use those features, right? So whenever we open it from start button, you will see this screen, and here you will see this blank workbook. Okay, so the page which opens is called as workbook. So here we see that this is how we start Excel. Okay, now let's move on and see what next we have to learn. So the second thing, what we'll see in Excel after opening the Excel is how to open a workbook, right? So let's move on and see in Excel that how we will open the workbook. Now we were in this page. Here normally you will see a blank workbook. In some of the tools you will see some templates, etc. But here we will not see any other templates. It's a basic version of 2016, and here we will see a workbook. So you have to click on the workbook and see this is how the workbook will get open. Okay. Now, after opening the workbook, what next we will see is understanding the display screen. Okay. So now here you can see now this is a display screen. Okay. Here you will see some cells. This particular box where you are seeing my cursor is called as cell. Okay. And on the top row, if you see, this is actually called A, B, C, D. What you are seeing over here is the column names. Okay, so column name A, B, C, D, like that. So if I click over here, these are different columns which are there in Excel. And if you see on the left side, this axis, you will see the row name. So column names are by A, B, C, D till Z, and rows names are number 1, 2, 3 up to let's see how long it is, how what is the end. So the end is 99999. So you can make these many rows, in the sense you can collect that much data in the Excel, right? So we will of course begin with some small tables and all, but here first thing is that you have to understand, right? So this is your columns, this is your rows, 1, 2, 3, 4. In case I want to read the row or the cell, basically not rows and column, but if I want to read the cell, what is the name of that cell? And can you see the name is coming over here? How we read the name of the cell? So this is the first cell, and I will read it as A1. Okay, it's very easy. So you can see the name over here also. Wherever you click, you will see the name of the cell. If I click over here, you will see it is F7. Okay, so this is how we read the name of the cell. So how easy it is, right? Here you will also see the sheet name. Okay, by default you will see it is sheet 1, and if you create more sheets, so sheet 2, sheet 3, like that. So by default you will see sheet 1, and if I create in the same workbook more sheets, then I can also rename my sheet, right? So just by clicking uh, right click, if I click on this, I will see that there is a rename option which is here. So I can rename my sheet also, right? So I hope now you able to understand the basics of workbook which is there, right? Let's see what next we have to understand. So that's a simple display screen, right? Now working with ribbon. Okay, what is ribbon? So here if you see this top green one is actually the ribbon of in every MS Office feature software you use. It is called as a ribbon. Okay. So now on the ribbon, you will see different tabs, like we have file, we have home, we have insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, developer, power pivot. This I have opened. Normally you will not see this, but you will see up to developer every in wherever you open it, right? So there are some add-ins also which we keep on opening. But these are the basic tabs you will see in almost every Excel version you will open, right? So these are the basic tabs which we use on the regular basis. That's why you will see it on or activated uh, anytime, every time, right? So this is called as the ribbon. Okay? In ribbon, in case you have a like sign in with you, if you have a document, licensed document with you and you have purchased it, then you can also sign in from it, right? And we also have a share option in the latest version, because we keep on sharing a lot of documents with different people. So from here also you can directly share that, but that will only happen when we sign in. Otherwise you can share it, share the file through emails, etc. So that also we will see later, right? So this is actually called as the review. So let's see the tab. Let's see the first tab we are having, that is actually called as the file tab, right? So if I click on the file tab, I will be able to see all these information. So what is file tab? Where my files are getting recording, right? So if I create any Excel file, it will get saved in my system somewhere. Okay, so either I can save it in my system. Nowadays, as you can see, it is also connected with some online drives, right? So like I'm sure you must have heard of a Google Drive, which is very commonly used by everyone. So similarly, for MS, it is OneDrive. Microsoft has OneDrive. So you can save this file on anything. Microsoft doesn't say that you can only able to save it on OneDrive. You can save it on Google Drive or any other drives or the cloud system also. You can save it on your PC, right, on your laptop or on your desktop also, or any other place like your hard disk, if you are saving it in the hard disk. So many options. So you can save it and you can open it both. So the first thing you can see over here is any info about entire workbook if you want to check. So you have to click on info and you can see that how it is saved, what in case you have any protection applied over here. So you can see that how you can protect your current sheet or your workbook structure, etc. from here, right? So right now, normally we don't protect, go for the protection. We keep it open, right? For our day-to-day use, we don't keep it open until and unless the file is uh, very, very confidential, or on any particular confidential work you are doing, then only we go for some kind of the protection tools, right? So so we that Excel is providing with that feature as well. Then you have any other issues, you can check for the issues by inspect the workbook. You can check, like in case you feel that you have not created or someone has done some editing over here, so how you will inspect that when it is open, how it is open, etc. So we can use this tool. You can manage your workbook, like check in, check out, or any recovery. In 2016, it is having the auto. I think in 2013 also, they are having the auto recovery. Because what happens, sometimes we are working on the file and suddenly some corruption happen in software, because we are online also most of the time. So that because of that corruption, we can lose data, right? So that is the reason they have the software itself has an auto recovery option. So whatever work we have done for a few seconds back, till few seconds back, when the file get opened, the data gets saved in the auto recovery. So if you have to suddenly close it also, you can see that data will be retrieved, right? I'll not say it's 100% till the end before it till the end what you have uploaded, but yes, most of the information will be recovered. And then there is a browser view options where you can see all the files together. So we have all this in info. Then in case I want to open a new file, I have to click on new and I can open a new Excel workbook. Before I go ahead from info, I also want to add the file properties are also saved over here. So whatever title I will add, as of now I have not saved the workbook, so there's no title, nothing is coming. But yes, you can see the last modified today and the time over here. You can see author is because I have entered or logged in my laptop through admin. Okay, so that's why the admin is coming. In case I want to modify this contact details, I can log in from my other ID and then I can change it. Okay. In case I want to write now, for example, Swati. So let's see what happens. There is no match found because there is no other login which is created by Swati. Now you can see the Swati is also added as an author. So if I want to add my file only by like Swati as an author, then only Swati as an author can see this file, right? But right now I want to keep it as an admin. So this is also help you that no one can touch your file, or in offices, even at home, sometimes the same system, same laptops are used by different people, so you can protect your file. Then we have an option of new over here, right? So new is any template. In case I want to search, I can do that. Or as I said that I don't have any template, I have a blank, only one blank book. So I will only click on this, and in case I want to open. So we have now two workbooks open. Book 1 and book 2. Though I don't need book 2, so I close it. Then we have save. When I save my file, I have to click on this, right? So if I save, I will see all these options, and if I want to save it in some other place, say for example my hard disk. Now this is my hard disk name, so I can even save it on my hard disk. So most of my information I save on the hard disk so that I can keep it safe, or anything happens to my laptop, I will not face any problem of loss of data. So for that I normally use my hard disk, but you can save it in system like your C drive, D drive, or on your desktop. So you can even save that. In case you have a OneDrive folder, you can save in the OneDrive. Right? So right now I will save it in my desktop, right? I will create one folder and I save my file over there by saying Excel training demo, right? So I'm creating this folder over here so that I can save my Excel demo file over here. So I have named the folder Excel training demo, and my Excel file I have named as a Excel. So now you can see that we have an Excel created, and in the file option we have a save option. In case I upload or update some information and I want to save it by different name. Now, for example, I create some target sales data on my Excel file, or I create some information which is week wise or day wise or month wise, and I want that every file should be different. Then what I can do, I update the data on my file and I can use save as, and in the same folder I can change it. Say for example, Excel demo Gen 22, right? Similarly, I can create more files. So why it is very useful, because in case I want to use the same format, only the data needs to be updated. So why do I waste my time in again creating the same format, etc., right? So I can use the same format and save it by different name. So now in case if we want to see, so I have saved it in desktop, right? So and my file is Excel training demo. And can you see? So now I have two files. One is Excel demo, one is Excel demo Jan 22. Similarly, I can create for Feb, March, April, like that. So I'm sure like you are finding it very, very easy. So we have seen that in file tab. What else is there in file tab? Then we have a print option. In case you have a printer connected, then you can use the print option also. If you click on print, you will see like this is the printer which was attached with my system, not now, but previously it was attached with this printer. So it is automatically coming over here, and in case I want to, you know, print my document, I can use it, and I can also save it in different file forms. So we normally in our office setup we use A4 pages, right? A4 pages, and if you are doing some engineering work or anything, maybe you use some big pages also like A3 and all. So you can also say like, you know, A3 or A3 plus. So people are even working on the big sheets, right? So you can even take a print on these sheets. So this is one of the most used printing paper, that is the A4 size. So you can do the settings from your in case you want the margins to be set, like, you know, so you can set the margins and all of the things and how many pages, etc. You can do. If you want to print the active sheet, like where the data is there, so active sheet, you can only click on that, or you can do the print selection or entire workbook, right? But see the preview once we like, you know, print anything, it will also show us a preview. So that preview will help you to do the setup without giving the print, so that it will not waste papers, right? So print option is there. Now share, export, publish, etc. will only work when we sign in and use the cloud like, you know, files. So there it will help us in sharing and exporting, etc. Also publishing online, right? So we have a Power BI is one of the very, very powerful tool, but we are not going to do it. So let's go back. So this, we have just explored the file. All right, so let's see what is there after exploring the file tab. So after that, we can see a quick access toolbar. So what is quick access toolbar? Let's see. So I have told you that this particular part is actually called as a ribbon, the green color. And below that, you are seeing these different options, right? Which is coming under different tabs. So when you see home, right now by default, it always open in home tab. So in home tab, you will see all these options which are actually called as a quick access, which we are using regularly, right? Quickly, like, you know, we can access this. That's why it is known as a quick access toolbar. Okay, so these tools are available under different tabs. So home is having all these quick options like cut, copy, format painter in case I want the same formatting in the some other cells also. Then we have a copy paste option. This is very common. I'm sure you must be aware, right? Then we can also work on font. So we have all these features of the font, like we can do bold, italic, or underline, or like, you know, or double underline, etc. And then we have different fonts. We can select different fonts from here of our text. Though professionally we use some most commonly used sans serif fonts, right? which are not having some designs or strokes in them. So we are using the sans serif fonts, which are formal fonts. And then you can also choose a font size, like we choose different size for headings, or then for the entire table, so that we can see all together, data together, like properly placed inside the cell, etc. So you can choose different font size from here. I'm sure you, if you have seen any of the Microsoft software, you must be aware of these basic information. Now, one thing which is very good, like is the table borders, right? So a lot of options you can see over here, and mostly we use, either we keep it blank, we have top border or left border, right border. Again, depends on which type of a work you are doing, what type of a table you are creating. You can choose the border, or you can keep it simple also. So for every work, we don't require the borders, or we don't require that every cell should be highlighted. So we can even keep it a plain page also. We can make it a plain page as well. Right? So whatever cells I will select now, for example, here, if I select this as a table, I can, highlight these borders. Can you see this? In case I want this table to be highlighted as a thick border, outside border, then I have, can also see a thick outside border. So some information over here, then some information over here. Like that, I can save some different information also. So again, what I actually require, based on that, I can use this. Okay, thick bottom border, top and thick bottom border, like that. So changes you can do depends on how you are saving the data, what design you require, how it will highlight your informations, etc. So that we know when we start creating, we know. And we have other draw borders options also, in case you want something to be customized for you, right? You can even create the borders like this. So Excel has given you all privileges. You can use these tools, and you can also choose some different line colors, say yellow or something. So in case I want this to be yellow, and only the bottom line to be yellow, so I will keep it this way also, and all others black. So we have all these options. We can also choose different line styles, like double line, single line, um, and all of this, right? So we can choose all this. So I'm sure you are finding it interesting, right? You are seeing that I can see the double lines, right? Until I will off it. I can also do undo, right? So undo and redo are some options we have here. So if I'm undoing it up to some, I can undo this, right? And if I want to redo something, I can. So this is so many options we have for the borders of the table which we are creating. Then so yeah, so we have this. What else? We have like increasing or decreasing font size. Shortcuts are also here. Now, for example, if I write date over here and the font size by default is coming 11, and I want that all the headings should be 12. So I can even click over here, and it will automatically increase the font size. I'll click over here and will make it bold. So if I want to reduce, I can select the cell, or I can select the entire column, and I can reduce. So I can make it 12 again. So I can do all experiments. Okay, I want a big size, or I want a small size. This size is looking good. So I can do everything together. So not only this, if I write something over here, something over here, can be changed together. So it's not necessary that I do one by one. I select the entire row over here, and all bold together. So I have removed bold. So it's like a button. Okay. You can play around. I can make it italic. I can do underline. I can remove underline. I can remove italic. Any font size, any font name I want to change. Say banana. So I mean that it's really, really easy. Then we have more options of alignment like center, left, right, okay? And then center of the cell, top of the cell, so where my text should come. So in case if I just increase the size of this, then you can see the changes. Now, for example, I want that in this particular in the cell, I want that my entire data should come in center. So whenever I write, I will see that it will come in center, or it should come on the top of the cell. So it will be coming on the top. When the size is small, we don't realize it. But if I increase the size, if I have a bit long headings, then I will realize, oh, it's coming on the top, it's coming on the center or bottom of the, and also from horizontally, where do I want it? In left, in center, or on right side. Okay. So accounts people, sometimes they need some data on the extreme right. Sometimes they need a data on the extreme left. Yeah. So it's very easy. Then we have more options of decreasing, increasing indents, and like rotating the text up, down, etc. So we have all this very easy. Nowadays it's all set. Okay, all the options are set. You don't have to do much. You only have to click. Okay, and you can see some designs over here. Sometimes we use these as options in case I want a data to come in a different manner, or headings should be saved in such a way. So many good options which are available. Normal ones. So normally we keep it like this. But yes, I've seen the accounts people, um, they are doing all. Increasing and decreasing indent will also take it from the right side. Then wrap text is where if I have a long text which is crossing the size of the cell. Now, if I say some information, if I write questions over here, for example, this long it is. Okay? Now, can you see the entire one? No, I can only see here, which is called as an address bar. So anything which is long, I cannot see in the cell because cell size is small. But I can see when I click over here, I can see it in the address bar. But when I'm sending the table to anyone, they will not keep on, placing their person to see the headings. And so what I can do, the one good option what I have is that I wrap the text. I can do some adjustment. Or what I can do is I can reduce the font size. So this adjustments I can do for my particular. So I can either wrap text. When I wrap text, it will not come in a single line. Okay, it will automatically adjust as per the cell. Earlier it was coming in a single line. That is the difference we can do. Right? For example, if I am writing something where both the data is having the same heading. Okay. So what I can do is now here, for example, this is the, and on the top of it, this we know that these all are here. So what I'll do is I'll highlight this particular part and I can merge these cells. So if I merge these cells, Okay, now can you see this? Let's do one more. Can you see this? Okay, so it's all merged over here, and I can give a single heading to this, say years. Sorry. Months. So now my this entire thing is coming. Because we have chosen this color, so I can change the line color. So, can you see? We have merged months, Jan, Feb, March, April, and anything, any information. So simply we are using all these tools, right? Now in some of the cells, we have some general informations, numbers, and that all comes in a different format. Now, if you see over here, this is coming in a general format, which is either I'll text write in form of a text, or I can write in a form of a number. So normally, if I click on any cell, it is by default set as a by default it is set in a general. So this is also set in a general. Now what I want to write some date over here. Okay, so now if I write a date, say 28th. Okay, I'm writing this date over here. It is taking it in a text form, right? But if I write 28 04 20, this is also taking it in a general form. If I want to change it in a date form so that when I scroll it, all the dates will come over here. Now, if I'm dragging the same thing, all come in a date form automatically. But right now it is taking only the last number it is taking. The years are changing, right? So first thing is I can do some formatting from here. I can change this particular cell in some date format. Say this is the short date format. So by default also I think this is the format we are having. Long date. If I click, this is I think. So this both they are taking it as a date only. Like if I scroll it, it will come like this. So short date is coming like this. Long date is coming like this. If I right click on this, I can also do some other formatting in case I want, right? So you can see like it is coming in a date format like this. So if I go over here, if I right click, I'll show you again. On any cell, in case I want to change more styles over here, I can right click and go in format cell. In format cell, the same options I will see. A date option is here. And from here also, I can try and choose some different formats. So let me set this as long date. Let's see how it is coming. It's not taking it as a date. So what is it saying? Dates and times are negative or too large show as this, right? Because it is taking it as a number. Okay? So that's why it is not taking. We have to give a bifurcation because it will not come. They will not come to know like is it number is April or number last number is year. Or it will they will not come to know which number is a month or which number is a day, right? So that's why that division needs to be done from us. I can even use dots over here. So all these are different formats of dates. I'm telling you, same thing you can do with number, general number, or any currency you are writing. time you are writing. So we can write all this in different so dollar, or so dollar will come in accounting, or rupees, euro, you can see, right? These are the by default English formats are there, right? Indian format I can't see. Then in case I want some numbers to be written, now for example, it is 82 or 70 or 55, for example. Now this is my percentage sale, for example, for January, right? And I want that every number which is written over here will come in a percent. So I can even, so it is 82%. I have to put some decimals over here. So if I'm saying percentage, if I'm writing directly, then of course it will take me. I can see the percent sign, I can do it center, etc. Same thing. Now here in this, if I'm writing 78, say 45 or something, right? And if I want the percentage format, the same format of this cell should also be seen over here. I'll click on format paint. Okay, I've not shown you the use of this, so that's why I thought I'll show you the use of this. So if I want the format of this cell in these cells also, I will do the same thing, because the percentage is there. I have to put some point. It will automatically multiply it by 100 whenever we say percentage. So we can use all these tools in case there are some number which is having more decimals. So it will take it as, like, for example, 10.4567. Now, if this is the number, if I want an entire number to be seen like this, then I'll keep it same. In case I want to decrease these decimal points, then I have to click on this. I can reduce these decimal points. It will take the last number. Now, for example, if it is more than 5, say 7. Okay, so you can see that the record will come as 0.35. Okay, so it will do that. In case I want to increase the decimals again, so my original number will keep on coming. So this is the original number I have given, and I want to reduce the decimals. Automatically it will take the last number as the highest number, and if it is more than 5, it will, right? So that's how we can use all these things. We will check all these formattings and all in later module. So these are different options we are having. We have some formula options, we have sorting, etc., which we'll see later. So we have a home tab, we have an insert tab in case I want to insert anything, table, picture, anything which is online, some charts, tables, etc. We'll talk about this in the later modules one by one, right? So what else we have? So we have seen the quick access bar. I have to see the status bar. Now, what does a status bar mean? Anything what we are doing, we can see the status in the status bar. Now, this part which you are seeing is a status, right? In case I have some numbers written over here, say for example 1 plus 2, 3, 4, like this, right? So anything which I do, I can see the status over here. So I can see the average is 2.5, or count is 4, or some of these numbers are 10, right? So this is coming in a normal form. Then this window is opened in the normal form. So this is a different page layout. Now this is a simple normal page layout where we have a status bar, we have a quick access bar, we have ribbon, we have a quick access options, cells, etc. We have an address bar, we have a cell names, right? We have this address bar over here if we are using any function, if we want to delete or cancel anything or enter anything. So we use here, it will keep on showing you different states. In case I want to zoom in or zoom out, like I want to increase the size of the page, I can even if I increase the size, so I can increase the size of the page, right? if I want to decrease and see more information which is there in the table together, I can even like, zoom out. So I can zoom out, I can zoom in, and I can check my page. Okay? So normally it will be here in center as 100. So zoom in, will increase the size, zoom out, will decrease the size. Okay, we can set the page. Okay. See what's next. Switching between opened workbooks. So now, as we have seen that how to open the workbook, this is one. Similarly, in case I am working on two different sheets, say for example, here in this particular sheet, I am only having a, total of everything. Say for example, Jan, day 1, day 2, day 3, like that. So now, for example, day 1, day 2, day 3, like that. 1st of Jan, 2nd of Jan, say 2nd of Jan 2022. Similarly, for later dates, right? I close my screen share it. So here, right? So you can see this. The dates are written here. So first, second, third, fourth. Format, as I said, that you can always change the format of the date as you want. This format is there right now. Let me make it maybe this. So I can change the format. Right. So now, say for example, this is a 1 week data which I have, and I want that the detailed data of each date should come in the next. Right? So here I am, as I said, we can rename it also. I rename it as a CO 22, and each sheet which I will add over here will be month-wise sheets, for example. Because this is my thought. I'm giving you a thought over here. So a simple thought. So now, for example, now the data which I have on this particular page is only for Jan. Okay. So Jan 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and all. So I will remove this part. More information over here. Right? So I can I have different headers over here, maybe the sales, or maybe what else? The walk-ins which are coming in. For example, if I have a store, so I'll see the walk-ins which are coming in my store and reduce the font size. I'll also write my any other information. So I can make a page over here and a percentage. Let me just change it to percentage achievement. That way, all these data and formulas which I learn later, I'll put and I'll save this information as month-wise over here. So now if I have these two workbooks, I'm working between these two workbooks. So this is how you can switch forward between two workbooks. You can add more over here. So Jan to December, all the information I will add. And one dashboard, a simple dashboard for the entire year information. The main information which I need to show if I want to present it, only the main points. No one wants to know that what happened on first January. Until and unless some discussion is happening or some problem happens, we go in that particular phase, right? But most of the time, if it is a meeting or anything, we only go for the data, like the highlights of uh, the information. Right? So that is switching between the open. So that's about switching between opened workbooks. So we have done the first part of Excel Foundation course, that is getting started. Please practice it by your side. Use the Excel, practice it. Then you will gain more confidence in this. And I will connect back for the second part in some time. Thank you.